Hello, welcome to the first episode of my channel about COVID-19 or aka the coronavirus. My name is Samantha and I'm 17 years old and today is May 8th, 2020. Let me catch you up on what's happening in the world right now. Like if you're watching it from the future or if you're just living under a rock and you just don't know what's going on, then that's what I'm here for. We are in the middle of a pandemic. A pandemic is the outbreak of a disease spread over a whole country or the whole world. And in this case, it's over the whole world. As of today in California, there are more than 62,000 people with confirmed cases of the coronavirus, and there are more than 2,500 deaths. It is so crazy and extremely scary. So, if everyone could just do their part and do these three simple things, then the number of deaths and cases would go down. It's literally only three things. That's all you gotta do. Number one is to stay self-quarantine. People are currently self-quarantining at home, which means staying safe and healthy by not leaving your house to go out in the public unless you're going to work or shopping for essentials. Number two is to self-distance yourself from people. People are also self-distancing of at least 6 feet, which means don't get close with each other. It says it right in the name. We are self-distancing in case if we are to go outside in the public. Number three is to wear a mask if you were to get somewhat close to people. Like just in general, wear a mask to keep yourself and others safe. Those are the three simple steps to keep yourself safe and others safe. These steps will eventually end the virus, but not many people are following those rules, which is why the virus is still spreading. This virus will not end until people stop spreading it to their friends, families, and even strangers. Personally, I don't think it's that difficult to stay home, but that's because I like to be in the comfort of my own home. I keep myself busy by watching movies, doing puzzles, putting makeup on, and just taking care of myself, like doing face masks, exercising, trying to eat healthy, and taking lots and lots of naps. I'm quarantined with my mom, my sister, my stepdad, and my puppy. I really don't mind staying home with them all day because we all get along pretty well. We are literally always laughing, which feels really good. The cool thing about quarantining with them is realizing how much I've learned about each person. Spending every second with people will definitely teach you things about them that you never knew about. I do miss going outside though and interacting with people other than the ones in my household. I miss going to the beach, to restaurants, shopping, but I still don't go against those three rules. I would rather wait and know I'm safe rather than going outside to put myself at risk and others. Unfortunately, everyone else in the world seems to be going insane with this quarantine. They need to go outside every day, hang out with their friends, go to the beach, and not want to wear a mask. It's like they want to put others at risk. But in my opinion, people who are going out are making it unfair for those who are actually following the rules because they are cheating their way and getting to see their friends and family whenever they want and go wherever they want and do whatever they want when they want. Why can't people just wait so everyone could go outside earlier and at the same time? If more people don't follow these rules, then the virus will literally continue to spread and quarantine will be extended so many more times. Like, this literally just doesn't make sense to me. People are going outside because they don't want to stay home, but do they realize that doing that is extending the quarantine even more, so they have to stay inside even longer? Okay, rant over. Anyways, that is not what I'm here to talk to you about and complain. I'm here to inform you how this pandemic is affecting us all mentally. This virus is affecting each of us differently. As you can tell when I explain my mindset and how it differentiates with other people's mindsets, I think that it is changing society for the worse because no one is agreeing to do the same thing to keep each other safe. Everyone wants to do their own thing and not care about others and only care about themselves. Although I do understand why people need to go outside because of the challenges they're facing, such as if it has to do with their family at home, or if staying at home just leads to bad thoughts all day or overthinking, or just if their lifestyle just doesn't consist of them staying home at all. Everyone has their own challenges, and I completely understand that. I think the solution for everyone's problems right now is to be responsible about your health and the health of others, understand the seriousness of this pandemic, and get educated about it so life can go back to normal for all of us, and we won't have to stay isolated with our bad thoughts all day. If we all have the mindset of being angry, staying frustrated at the virus, rather than being educated and not ignorant, then the quarantine will never end and we'll just be getting even more angrier. This pandemic has really made me look at things differently. It made me realize what I've taken for granted before, such as seeing family so often, going to get ice cream without having to wear a mask, going to Target without having to stay exactly 6 feet from people. Basically just going wherever we want and whenever we want, especially school where we could be with our friends. At first, when the virus was still coming about, I wasn't really worried because I was like, I'm young, I'm gonna be fine, I'm not gonna get it. But I'm now more aware of how it could affect my family more than just myself. I know now that my health and the health of my family is way more important than going shopping at the mall. It is absolutely crazy how much this virus has impacted the whole world. It is absolutely crazy how the virus has impacted not only the country, but the whole world. Businesses, because they don't have any customers anymore. The elderly, because they can't see their family. Children and students, because school has been canceled for them. Basically everyone in the whole world. But don't think that the virus is just all negative. I mean, there are definitely positives of staying home and isolated from the world. I know that the coronavirus is overall depressing and horrible because of the deaths. And I know you're like, there shouldn't be any positives of that. But I'm talking about the positives of staying home and away from everyone else in the world. I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about how this pandemic is affecting the mental health of everyone. So in this episode, I'm going to cover the pros and cons of staying quarantined at home, and I'm going to cover how the cancellation of schools due to this pandemic is affecting the mental health of children and graduating students. Since this pandemic is causing everyone to stay isolated at home, people's mental health are either improving or at risk. I'm going to list all the good and bad of COVID-19 considering mental health. So let me start off with naming the bad stuff about staying isolated at home. So this pandemic is affecting people negatively because it's causing them to stay home, and some people need to keep their mind busy and like go out, distract themselves from like overthinking or having bad thoughts. And if they stay home, they would just stay in their mind all day, and it is unhealthy to be stuck with negative thoughts. Number 2 is that people aren't able to see their loved ones, such as other family members, significant others, friends, and that could affect mental health because they need that comfort from others to stay positive and to feel better. So let's move on to the good stuff. And there are more good stuff from staying isolated at home than there are bad stuff, which is good. Number 1, as I mentioned in the cons of staying isolated at home, is that you're not able to see loved ones. And the good thing about that with technology today is that you're able to FaceTime them, call them, text them, so you can talk, see each other, and that can improve your mental health of being comforted by others by just talking to them and just having their presence virtually. Number 2 is that yes, you do miss people, but a big positive about staying at home is that you get a break from society and the public a little bit. And an example of that is that if that person at school is always negative and you have to see them every day, at least you're getting a break from them, a little break from them right now by staying isolated at home. And that will improve your mental health because you won't have to be negative all the time with them. Anyways, what I was saying is that you get to have a break from people for a while, and you get to stay home and relax your mind, focus on yourself rather than seeing or hearing negative things all day from either work, school. You get to take care of yourself at home, and you have more time to focus on the positives. And another positive of staying isolated at home is that you get to do the stuff that you've always wanted to do, but you were always too busy to do it. Like watch a certain movie, finish a TV show, and that could affect your mental health positively because as like an overthinker like me, I always have stuff in the back of my mind that I always need to finish, and this quarantine is helping my mental health because I'm able to finish what I have been wanting to do and meaning to do. So since I'm home all the time, I'm getting stuff finished, and it improves my mental health because it is making me feel accomplished that I completed the things that I've been wanting to do, so I could finally take it out of my head and I don't have to think about it anymore. So next I'm going to talk about how the cancellation of schools is affecting children and graduating students. This pandemic has caused all schools to cancel because, to keep everyone safe and healthy. It is hugely affecting children and graduating students especially because they can't go to school anymore. And I know you're thinking like, why are they complaining? Like, everyone hates school, they don't have to go to school, so what's so wrong with that? But if you really think about it, children aren't able to learn what they have to learn. Like children in elementary school, they learn a lot because they're barely just starting school. They need to be educated on all those certain topics. And now that they're not able to go to school, they can't learn those topics. And yeah, I know school has turned into distance learning or online learning, but it is not easy to be teaching everything online. They need more hands-on learning to completely understand the topic more. And for online school for children, they're probably really confused, and I'm sure they don't all know how to use computers, so it's probably really difficult for them. The cancellation of school is really affecting children because they can't learn what they have to be learning, and they're probably so confused on what's going on. And also it is affecting children because they don't get to see their friends. That's a whole child's life, is hanging out with their friends, playing outside, talking to their friends. Also, for children, and mostly a lot of people, school is an outlet from your home. School is a place where you can be different and you can meet new people, see your friends, and children really need that because I'm sure they don't like being stuck at home. They need that interaction of other children to make them feel better. So moving on to more specifically how this pandemic is affecting graduating students. It is 2020, my graduating year. I am a senior, so it is really disappointing to me how I can't have a graduation ceremony. I wasn't able to go to prom and much more things, so let me get into it. So when I found out that school was canceled, I assumed it was just for a few weeks because that's what they had told us, that we will return back in April. And I was like, I'm fine with that, I get a little break. But then as time passed by, I realized that the virus was not improving, and I came to a realization that school probably wouldn't have went back to normal. And truly, I was really upset and disappointed because all I've ever wanted was to graduate. And I know I'm graduating, but it's not the same. I wanted the feeling of walking up there in front of everyone, getting my diploma, hearing my family and friends cheer for me, and see my family run up to me after the ceremony. I just really wanted that feeling of being accomplished because I graduated. Since this pandemic has cut in-person classes, us seniors have got a lot of stuff taken away from us this year, which is really so sad because these were supposed to be the last few months of high school, and it was supposed to be the most happiest time ever. But it's just really sad because we didn't even know we had our last day already. And yeah, I know we were eventually gonna leave because we're graduating, but it was just too soon. This was taken from us too soon, and we were not prepared for it at all. And I was just so excited to have last few months of creating memories, taking it all in, but unfortunately I wasn't able to, and so aren't all seniors of the whole world. I was really upset when I heard about this, but I still am today. But in the beginning, I would cry. Like, I was so upset. I wasn't ready to just leave and move on with my life and get ready for college. I wanted still some time in high school before I become an adult. But as days are going by, realizing that high school is over, and I still get upset once in a while just thinking about how I'm never going to experience senior prom, BOTC, senior sunset, grad night, senior picnic. But what can we do? There's nothing we could do. All of this is affecting my mental health because, as you can tell, I kept saying I was sad, overthinking what would have happened and how fun it would be. It is really affecting my mental health, and I'm pretty sure the mental health of others negatively, because we all wish for this to happen and we just got it all taken away from us too soon. Also, how the cancellation of school is affecting my mental health specifically, and probably for other seniors too. Since school is now online, we are feeling not motivated at all to do our work and to attend classes because we keep thinking, what's the point? School's over, we're gonna graduate. I just have been feeling down, not motivated, not wanting to do my work. I'm just really not motivated to just do anything with school right now. It's just really difficult for me to just focus on my schoolwork when in the back of my mind I'm like, school's over, there's no point, I don't even need to try anymore. Yeah, that's really affecting my mental health for the worst. So that is the end for this episode. Thank you for tuning in on information about the coronavirus, how it is positively and negatively affecting the mental health of others. Tune into my next episode where I'm going to interview my family and friends about how this virus is affecting them personally.